So the Haslab has funded over 15K. It was about 16,000 yesterday, but there might be some issue with the credit card payment processing. So almost 1,000 people have been bumped off, but the number might go up again in the next few hours, the next few days, as Hasbro gets all the numbers from retailers and so on in other countries where they don't have Hasbro Pulse, but they have a retailer taking all the orders in. Well, the Snowcat has funded, and that's a good thing for collectors, for G.I. Joe collectors. A lot of criticism was leveled at this particular Haslab. Every Haslab faces a lot of criticism, but this one faced a lot because the Snowcat is not everybody's favorite vehicle. People expected a tank like the Mobat or even the Mauler, but Hasbro seems to have decided to switch gear and offer something else this year. I was also expecting a Mobat. I also wanted a Mobat, but I guess I did get the Snowcat. I'm a Canadian, so I definitely know where to use the Snowcat. There'll be enough snow next year's winter for me to use the Snowcat, so that's not even a worry for me. And I don't mind the snow themes, G.I. Joe action figures. Again, I'm a Canadian. There's a lot of snow here in the winter, not a problem. So it's big. A lot of people expected this thing to be smaller. What it says to me is that the issue of space is becoming more and more of a problem, and maybe also limiting what people will order. I'm not sure that a lot of people didn't order it because they didn't like it or because they didn't have enough money. Space is an issue, and you can't make up space. Leaving stuff in boxes, we all have action figures in boxes that we've never opened. We just don't know where to put them, so we tend to open what we like. Some people do collect in box, and that's okay, but for those of us who actually like to display figures, space is always a concern because we can't just store this in a closet or somewhere in the garage. We can't. We have to put it somewhere, and it does take a lot of space. Now, the Snowcat is huge. It's probably going to go on the floor under some desk or something like that. I don't know. Next to the his tanks. I don't know where it's going to fit. I don't even know where to fit my Rattler right now. I'm trying to find a way of making it work. At the same time, I don't want to leave it on the floor or some place like that or in a corner because I don't want it to be damaged. But space is an issue with these Haslabs, those gigantic things. I found that things like Giant Man or even Galactus are probably easier to store because they're vertical, right? They're action figures. You can put them in the corner and that's okay. Something like a vehicle, that's problematic. And now that third parties and other companies are coming up with 112 vehicles too, that's going to be a major problem. Well, they all see that there's money in that. But one problem that they do have, the other companies, is that they don't have the stickiness factor of this, whatever it is that they produce, being G.I. Joe material. And G.I. Joe has always been aligned with vehicles. I don't know how it's going to work out in the future. It's going to be making a lot of collectors ask themselves a lot of questions. I think a lot of us are going to be trimming and selling stuff we don't want. I think a lot of my Marvel Legends are going to be sold. A lot of things that I don't really need is going to leave so I can make more space for G.I. Joe. That's too bad, but that's life. Anyway, I'm very glad that this thing funded. We didn't expect it to fund. A lot of people were trolling this particular Haslab, were saying that it was a waste and so on. I never understood why people who don't want a Haslab have to criticize it. They have to criticize Hasbro. They have to try to shame collectors who want these things. I don't know what's the point of that. If you don't like it, just move on. Just say, I don't want that. That's not for me. But if you want it, go ahead. I don't know what's the energy put in that good for. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. If you don't want it, just skip. And this time we do know a lot of people did skip. But FOMO probably caught a lot of collectors at the last minute and they ended up backing this anyway. I think you should be buying this if you really want it. If you don't want it, if you don't like it, don't buy it because of FOMO. But I won't say any more about that. You're free to do whatever you want. I can't wait to try to customize mine and make it green so I can get some kind of Havoc Mark II. That's really what I really wanted with that, a Havoc Mark II. I've never customized a vehicle so expensive to that extent. I'm going to try to paint it green whenever I get it next year. This should be fun. I'll be watching a lot of videos on how to customize and make sure that I don't destroy a $400 toy. At least for me, Canadian, that's $400 minimum. I'll see what I can do, but that's the whole point. I'd like to make it a true carrier, green, so that I can put action figures in the back, so on. Could be cool, especially with some of the infantry soldiers that we got. It would look good. I think we can probably put as much as 4 of them. I'll see. This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filming since 2002. Like and subscribe.